Yes, sir, man. It's the Free Breakfast Podcast, man. Food for thought and your most important meal of the day. I go by the name of DJ Paulie Gua.
And I am Hefe Lockhart on the check-in, man. And today we have a legend sitting with us, man, a city legend.
You got to put legend in front of that name, man. Who we sitting with? We sitting with
We got my
Lute.
man Lute in the building, man. How you doing today?
What it do?
What's good, brother? How you living
Shit,
today?
Man, I can't call it, bro.
Can't call
Trying
it.
to put my best foot forward, man.
Gold tooth back.
Yeah,
I'm
you already
loving
know
it.
gold mouth in the building.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Signature. Hey, my nigga was the first on the Marvin Gaye hats. Let's keep it clear. me and Lou. Yeah, let's keep it clear. Me and Lou was the only niggas on the Marvin Gaye hat. Niggas was clowning like we wasn't on it. You know? What's good though, brother? How's everything?
Man, just trying to get into this music, man. You know, I got baby girl full time, so it's like
That's amazing.
really just working, man. Trying to balance out my time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the fact that whenever we talk, that's always first. You know what I mean?
Oh
and
yeah, that's why I got
that.
the face tap, man.
Yeah.
It's like I had to let my daughter know, like we gang all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's always gang.
yes sir. I love that. Man.
How is that balance of like being a full-time dad and like balancing your music career?
It's hard, bro. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it ain't no cakewalk. You know, it's trying to. I'm learning. I'm learning every day. Like I'm learning more about myself as a man, as a father. You know, as an artist. Like balancing these things. Like balancing, you know, time with my daughter. Balancing, you know, getting this music out and putting my best foot forward. Like it's a struggle sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I ain't even gonna sugarcoat shit. But like I have to maintain it because that's how I keep a roof over my head. You know.
For sure. What do you feel like the climate? I remember we was talking when you was like, "Yo, I gotta get this, you know, this EP done. I gotta do this. I gotta do that." Like, what do you feel like that mind frame with making music with it now is? Is it you feel like it's the same? You feel like it's changed? How is it for you internally?
It's the same a little bit, and then it's changed. Like I'm still like very like, yo, I gotta get this done. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I know I got this over here done. I know that this is right. I know, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I got my daughter over here. Like, it's manageable now. Before, It was just, like, sporadic. Like, oh, shit. Like, you know, everything was just, like, a clusterfuck of shit. Like, I don't know if we can cuss. But it was just, like, a clusterfuck of shit. And I didn't know. I didn't have, like, really no direction. I just had a aim. But I didn't know, like, really how to maneuver through it. You know, but now it's, like, very maintainable.
Right.
You know? I go to the studio, I do, you know, whatever songs, and I know, like, okay, bet, I got, because, like, I was working on 3 projects, so it's like, okay, bam, like, for this project, I got 6 songs over here, I got 3 of these songs done, I got 4 of these songs done, you know, so I'm trying to manage all that, and then at the same time, it's like, all right, so now I got to take my daughter to Chuck E. Cheese, now I got to, you know, it's like, just trying to balance this shit, like, it's hard, bro, it's hard, because you're trying to be an artist, and you're trying to be a father at the same time, and sometimes times can slip away from you.
Right.
Sometimes you can be over here a little too much and you can be over here too much, you know. But both of these areas need you.
Right.
You know? So it's like really trying to balance that time and trying to figure this shit out.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more so like you said, you pulling you every which way.
Right. Like I made a tweet today. It's like, yo, if I'm not making music, I'm with my daughter. And if I'm with my daughter, you know, I'm not making music. Good. So like my time is very valuable. So it's like, don't waste my time, you know, or please don't waste my time. Cause it's like, I'm needed everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, and I'm at the same time, I'm still learning how to balance this time. So if I'm over here wasting time, it's like, damn, I could have been spending this time with my daughter. Right. Or damn, I could have made 2 songs. Right. That's how I feel when I feel like my time's being wasted or I'm losing time. It's like, damn, I could have did this. I could have did that.
Right.
With this time.
It's the essence.
Right.
And I think that's being a father brought that. It really brought that.
No, it has, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's brought a lot of like it brought a lot of shit to light.
Okay.
I'll put it that way. Like being a father brought a lot of shit to light, and it highlighted some of my bullshit areas too. Wow. Like some shit that I needed to like. It made you like some shit I needed to tighten up on. Like, all right, bro, you need
made you own it.
Right,
right,
right. And some, like I said, some of that shit I'm still learning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna sugarcoat shit, but it's like, bro, like it just keeps my eye open on shit.
Man, let's take it back, man.
Take it back.
The first time I heard your name, it was through It was through graphic design. My boy
Word.
Joey, he was like, yo, my man Lute did this cover for me. It was like
Yo,
a
that
cover.
is right, Hefe.
It was like
I'm
a cover
thinking-
for one of his albums. Or
You said
mixtapes.
Joey?
Yeah.
Joey.
Oh, word,
Yeah,
yeah. No, cause like little niggas know, like before, like rapping all this shit. Like I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Facts.
And so, like, I was drawing and I was doing graphic design way before music.
Wow.
But then when I got a hold of music, it was like, yo, whatever, take me out of here. Take me out of here. That's what I'm gonna push forward with.
Right.
So sometimes niggas don't know I be painting,
Right.
you know, on my off time, or I do this. I like painting like cars and shit like that, and wheels, whatever. Like, I have like a artistic background, but you know, I don't really showcase it like that because now music really consumes my life and shit like that. But every now and then, like when I'm, you know, thinking too much or when I got anxiety or some shit, I'll paint some shit or whatever. But yeah, like I was doing graphic design. I was doing, we had a clothing line and shit. Like we had, bro, we was doing mad shit with it.
It's so crazy because that was a pivotal project in Charlotte, the Let Go project.
Mm-hmm.
That was big for us on the north side, like as far as all of our artists like
Right,
Joey,
right.
Izzy, Kirk,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, Maul, like
Yeah.
all of that Let Go
Shout out to all
project.
them niggas,
Oh
by the way.
man, shout
Yeah.
out. Yeah, it's like that Let Go project, it really was the Kickstarter, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because I forgot about that. That is wow.
Facts. That's the first time I
That's
heard
crazy.
Lute's
I
name.
forgot all about that shit my damn self.
And then
I was doing mad covers for niggas around the city though.
What?
Yeah, like I was just doing covers. I was doing my own covers at the time.
So you did what's not
No. Mark did
Mark
What's
did
1996.
that. Okay.
Shout out
When
to
I-
Mark
like,
Prosper in
shout
the
to
building
Mark
right
Yeah,
now.
shout out to Mark Prosper.
legend, big bro.
But now
in
when
the
I
building,
really
you know
when
what
I
I'm
really
saying?
decided to take shit serious, like I don't know, that's another thing about myself is like I second guess myself a lot. But when I was really like trying to take shit serious, I knew Mark had like a very like I don't know, he was more in tune with the game when it comes to like art and shit like that. So I was like, yo, I don't want somebody to really kill this shit.
Okay.
I know I can kill shit, but I know Mark can like kill this shit.
Right.
And that's really what I wanted. It's like, yo, I just want somebody that's gonna kill this shit.
So although I know you've been rapping since you were younger, like you said, you were doing a little bit of everything. But when did you know, like, damn, I could take rap serious? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. It was around. I don't know. It's like maybe 2010, 2011. It's right before Forever FC got started, or maybe Forever FC just got started. But Miss Amy took us to a Jay-Z concert.
Wow.
Up in it was in Kentucky. That was the closest it was coming to Charlotte at the time.
What was this, like,
Okay.
Blueprint 3 tour?
Bro, actually, yo, this is a crazy story, but I forgot what tour it was. I think it was Blueprint 3, maybe. But we went up there to Kentucky because it was the closest that Jay-Z was coming to. Closest Jay-Z was coming to Charlotte. I think it was Miss Amy's birthday or something like that. So it was
Wow.
me, Preston, Rel, and Ryan.
Free press.
Yeah, free my nigga Press. We all went up there to Kentucky. Sold out concert. Fucking
Wow.
first time I ever even knew who J. Cole was, because some niggas beside us was like, yo, man, that's that nigga J. Cole, he from Fayetteville. I'm like, yo, Fayetteville? The fuck? But this nigga on stage, like, he opening up like Fayetteville. I'm
think that
sitting there
was
looking at
Blueprint
Rod, because me and Rod had seats together, and then everybody else had seats way over on the other end. So I'm like, yo, if this nigga can make it from goddamn North Carolina, then or from Fayetteville, out of all places, then nigga, we ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no excuse.
That's a fact.
And so Jay-Z come out, whole stadium erupt, bro. And I'm just sitting there looking at all these people, and I'm looking at all these people like this nigga Jay-Z performing, but I'm turned this way, cause I'm looking at all the people. I'm like, yo, all these niggas came here for one nigga.
Damn.
Despite all the openers and Pharrell and all them, all these niggas came for one nigga, and like was going crazy. I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, like, or whatever. Like, this is what I want to do, and this is the time I need to take this shit serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's post that show. What I feel
We were just chilling. Yeah, post that show, we was just chilling, we was rapping, we was linking up, you know what I'm saying? We had a boy that had a studio, my nigga Jizzle, shout out to Jizzle. He had a home studio, but it was like thorough.
Right.
So we was recording, we was linking up, you know, just spitting wherever we could. But after that moment, I was like, yo, this is some shit that I want to do for the rest of my life.
And okay, because that makes sense. Because after that was Let Go was what 2010. Okay, because right after that, the first time we met in person, it was Pac Div show. Jet Lounge. That was the first time
Jet
we actually
Lounge,
met.
damn.
And it, cause we had like he said,
Bittersweet.
we knew through the, but
That's the first time we met?
yeah,
Jet
in person,
Lounge.
Jet Lounge, yes.
I don't remember
Damn.
the first time I met him, but I remember.
That was the
Jet Lounge
first
stuff
time,
back then.
and it was crazy because
Shout out to Jet Lounge
Yeah.
and fuck Jet Lounge at the same time.
at the same time, I feel like that's like not a worse memory, but like a bad memory for you, but it's also a great memory at the same time because I feel like that night played a major role into who you are.
Oh man, that night
Most
played
certainly.
a big role, and a lot of niggas don't understand that line in West 1996 Part 1.
Right.
But it was like, yeah, like nigga, you got all the city out. Like this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole city out. Bro, at the time, I even invited this girl. You know what I'm saying? She was out there. You know, whatever. So.
Yeah. You was on your shit like,
You know what I'm saying?
baby, come
Like,
see
yeah,
me,
you know what
I'm
I'm
about
saying?
to,
Then, you know,
yeah.
my baby mom at the time was out there, so I'm, you know, like the whole city out.
Right, for sure.
Whole city out. Pac Div out.
It's lit.
And then that shit happened, and it's just like, damn. I saw the whole room, and then there was a lot of shit going on that night too, because a lot of niggas was supposed to perform that night.
Right.
But then they decided like, nah, we're not gonna let all these niggas perform. We just gonna let Forever FC perform, and then Pac did. So you gotta think like it was niggas that was pissed off at us, like, yo, why they get to perform and we don't get to perform? You know what I'm saying? So they looking like, yo, that's fucked up, da-da-da-da. So you would expect, like, all right, bet, we got to go out here and kill this shit. Which was my mindset. It's like, damn, like, niggas already looking at us like, damn, this some fucked up shit. Like, you know, whoop-de-whoop. So I'm like, all right, bet, we got to go out here and kill this shit. And that shit happened. It's like, damn, now niggas looking like, damn, like, nigga, we should have been up there, da-da-da.
Right.
And then, like, even the niggas that I came with kind of like,
Was just hot.
yeah,
like,
not even hot, but just kind of like distance themselves. Like I watch people distance themselves from me
right after it
right
happened.
right after.
Wow.
So that made me like feel some kind of way. Like damn, like that one fuck up made like everybody that I came with and everybody that came to see distance themselves from me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was almost like
it is.
y'all ever seen that part in fucking Drumline? When the nigga was like, yo, thanks for having my back. He was like, I ain't had your, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't throwing bowls for your dumb ass. I was throwing bowls for A&T.
Yeah, I'm throwing for
It felt
A&T.
just like that, bro.
Facts.
Or when he was going to, like, greet his girl and shit, and she, like, went to her peoples, turned her back on him and shit.
right.
It felt just like that, bro.
Wow,
Like, because
I
the girl
feel
that I had invited out there, she ain't talked to me no more.
She just
Yeah, she just,
slid,
you know,
like-
just dipped, and, you know what I'm saying? So that was the worst feeling, bro.
What do you feel like of that night made you bounce back so hard? Besides just the like,
Cause niggas thought that like the shit was over for me. I saw the subtweets, I saw the tweets, I saw people. I was reading what people were saying, I was hearing what people were saying, and I was just like, man, fuck Jet Lounge and fuck them niggas.
Facts,
Like
just fuck it
my shit
off.
ain't over.
Like,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, all right, cool.
don't count me out.
Right. So that's why I was like, I might have lost my fan base after Jet Lounge, but please tell me why your bitch play me daily. It's like, fuck this shit. Like, nah. Y'all niggas not about to hold me accountable for one night.
Right.
That was 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to go back because I want to finish the story after you came back from the Jay-Z concert. In between there and like performing at Jet Lounge, when did y'all create Forever FC? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Forever FC, it was already pretty much there. Because, like I said, me and Jimmy grew up together. And then, in between time, I met Rel. So I linked Rel with Jimmy. And so we were all rapping together. And then Rel and Ryan grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So we all linked at one point in time at Miss Amy's house. Because, we was riding around with Els and his little gold Honda. Shout out to the gold Honda.
Shout out to him.
So we was all riding around, and Rel introduced us to Miss Amy, and so we was all chilling, hanging out, but we was still like at the time we wasn't taking that shit serious. We was just rapping, recording. We didn't even have a mic in the dojo yet. We was still recording at my nigga Brian's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Brian.
we was just up there, just chilling.
Okay.
That was just
Spanish
a hangout.
Brian or a different Brian?
No, it was a different Brian.
Oh, okay.
My nigga Jizzle.
Oh, okay, for sure.
So yeah, we was just up there chilling, and then it was just like, yo, fuck it, like let's just go ahead and take this shit serious. After the Jay-Z concert, it was like, yo, let's just really like put our best foot forward.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Facts. Okay.
So y'all created it in late 2010, early 2011, because by 2011 y'all was performing as a group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might have been earlier than 2010. I think it was like 2009. Like mid 2009 is when like we was like, all right, we rapping together. But it wasn't until 2010, maybe early 2011, when we was like, all right, we gotta take this shit serious because we really got something here.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
from the end of Jet Lounge, from that time to when it's time to drop West 96 Part 1.
Oh, I was just, bruh. Like niggas, like bro, I didn't talk to niggas for like a month after Jet Lounge.
Wow.
Yeah. I ain't go to the dojo for like a month. I shut everything down. Everybody out, everything down. I just stayed at the crib.
Facts.
Yeah, and I was just, man, I don't know what the fuck I was going through, to be honest. Like, I was thinking about, damn, like, is these niggas right? Like, is my shit over? Am I wasting my time? Is, like, you know, there was a lot of shit going through my head. But then I was just like, you know what, man, fuck that shit. I show niggas.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I show niggas what it is.
So how much time?
I ain't gonna lie. Just listening to you now. I was listening to West 96 Part 1, like, and you rapping like you got something to prove.
I had something on my chest, bro.
80
I had something.
like,
I had something. I did, and you right. I had something to prove. Like, yo, that project was something like, yo, word, y'all niggas counted me out. I bet. I had that Cam Newton, that head nod, that Cam Newton head nod, like, I bet.
And even like the real to real video, like you just came out like ain't shit funny, like it was black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was dark. You
Shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
Preston
saying?
for the real to real video.
Oh,
but it was just like, man,
That what's so crazy about that project? It was like you said, that just that energy coming with that.
It was that raw rap.
It was a mission. It
really was. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like it was just to show niggas like, oh word, y'all counted me out. I bet. Here we go.
I feel like the Queen City slumming video was like a manifested victory. It was like, yo, we knew, like y'all knew the project was gonna do what it was supposed to do, because you had that natural vengeance of like, yo, I gotta stand tall. I gotta represent what I got going on. Like there is no other option. So we gonna do it. And then I feel like that video just, it brought it like, yo, this is the celebration. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to RJ for the Caprice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my boy RJ for
yeah.
the Caprice, bro.
Like,
Cause that shit tied the video all together.
Oh man,
like, I feel like it wouldn't be no Queen City slumming video without that Caprice. Bro.
Oh,
That's a fact.
Yeah,
lit, bro. And it's just,
but that video almost never came out. That's a funny thing. It's
What?
like, damn, like, yo, what if that shit like never really? What if I would have listened? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, even to this day, it's like, had I listened to people, or had I listened to everything and the advice that everybody told me, some things wouldn't be where they at now. Wow. Sometimes you gotta take advice and apply it when needed be, and don't always take it for a heart. You know what I mean? Okay. Sometimes you gotta know when to store that shit. You know, or sometimes you gotta know when to be like, yo, I appreciate the advice, but nah, that ain't for me.
Right. So not take it for action, but take it for knowledge. Yeah, I feel that.
Right. Because we was shout out to my boy Al Lindstrom. We was messing with Al Lindstrom at the time. Okay. And he was like, yo, I don't know, this video too old. Not the song too old. I don't know if you should do a video for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then it was just like, but damn, like I really fuck with this song. We already got this shit set up. And it's like, nah, let's just go ahead and let's just, you know, what can hurt?
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what I mean? What can hurt? Like let's just go ahead and do it. And you know, at the time, everybody was just like, damn, should we not do it? Should we do it? I was just like, fuck it, let's go ahead.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Would you say that was the video that really like put you in a position visually? You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. I think that video put me in a position visually and put me in a position where it's like maybe this kid got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it is something here.
Right.
Like I think that video did a lot of shit, you know, as far as like what can this kid do, or what is this kid capable of?
Did you drop that video before or after the project?
Oh, it was way after it was
after.
like 2 years after the project,
after,
I think.
yep.
A year or two.
And it was, and I remember that because bouncing off what he just said, that's why it was such an impact.
Right.
Because it was such later, no one expected it. And it wasn't like we just got it, so we're gonna drop it. It was actually
right. Yeah, that shit was like
it was wild. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Year or two after.
And
that's why Al Lindstrom was kind of like, I don't know if you should do it. It was like a year later, but at the time it was just like, but what do we really got to lose? Like, it ain't like we signed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you listen to yourself.
Yeah, so at that time, and it was the crazy thing was that it was that morning that the video was supposed to be shot, where I was sitting there, I was thinking about all this shit, like, damn, should I call Scott and be like, nah, let's not do it, or should we just go ahead and go forward? And I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go forward because it's already set up, we already here.
Right.
RJ already pulled up with the Capri, so it's like, fuck it, bro, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and knock it out. That's amazing. So when at post the project dropping, how far before the people we looked up to, the Pete Rocks and these people, like, oh, okay, this kid has something going on.
After, cause I remember I seen that on Twitter, and it was just so crazy to me.
On Two Dope Boys, right?
It was a little after, but like when, cause a lot of niggas I don't think niggas really paid much attention to it, but when West 1996 first dropped initially, niggas hated it. They was like shooting it down.
What?
Yeah, they was shooting it down because they was like, oh, who this nigga think he is? With the Nas cover, like, nah, you can't do that kind of shit. Like niggas are like hip hop niggas was like tearing into the shit, but they never pressed play. They just saw the cover.
Facts.
So then they pressed play. It was like, oh, I take that shit back, yo. Like, this shit crazy. Like,
I
shout
see
out to
why
this
you
nigga
did
Lute.
that cover, right?
But that's the reason why we did it. We was trying to spark some controversy. Like,
Right.
we was trying to get niggas to be like, oh, who the fuck this nigga think he is, until you press play.
Right. And after
Then
you
I show you who the fuck. You like,
Why?
press play and I'll show you who the fuck I am. Right?
That's who the fuck I
So,
am. Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, when we first dropped West 1996, niggas was going in on that shit. Like, tearing it down.
Damn.
Even Two Dope Boys was like, they was like Shake pissed me off. I was about to, I ain't gonna lie, he said something that pissed me off, and then he went back and was like, nah, fuck with this nigga Lute. But then we ended up talking after that, and we became really, really close. And actually, Two Dope Boys pretty much got me my shine,
Right.
and where I'm at now. So I really appreciate them niggas.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the major. That was Two Dope Boys is a part of the time and
Some
blog.
like the pioneers.
Right.
Of that
Oh,
blog.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's
Most
back,
definitely.
That was back when Hefe was heavy into the blog world, outside of our own blog, but just interning for different blogs and working with different things like that. That was back when that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blog culture. It has something to do with your generation of rappers.
Nah, that blog generation was crazy, and I remember seeing like you got all this crazy blog love after West 96 Part 1.
And see, after that, it was like everything that came, it was like even the Two Dope Boys, like I wasn't expecting none of that shit. Like I said beforehand, like a lot of niggas think West 1996 was my first project. It wasn't. Dropped some shit beforehand, but it didn't do anything. So I'm expecting West 1996 Part 2 to do the same thing, but at the same time, I only dropped that because I had some shit to get off my chest, show niggas that they can't count me out.
Right.
So I dropped that shit expecting it to do the same as the first one did, dropped it on my Twitter or whatever social media I was on at the time. Then that shit just started taking off. Then I wasn't expecting that shit at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got the Pete Rock shout out, the Two Dope Boys cosign, Complex mention, Source. Like, it was just crazy. Like, oh shit.
One after another.
Yeah, it was just one after another, bro. And that's also how I met Pooh.
Okay.
A little bit. So
Shout
it's just
out
like,
Big Pooh.
Shout out
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it was just crazy the shit that came, from that, just dropping it, not expecting anything. I wasn't expecting nothing. Cause I already didn't have, I ain't have nothing. We had a fan base, but
we were all local.
Yeah, it was
everybody's local.
just local.
It was just, and then that, I feel like, okay.
So that inspired me. It inspired me. It's like, damn, okay, maybe we can do something. Maybe we can take this somewhere. Maybe, we do have something. Let's try it.
So what do you feel like is the kind of every artist has a different reason for why they space music out so much. Like a Schoolboy or not to parallel the same label, but like a Kendrick. These are two artists that like literally space their music out intentionally.
What do you mean, like as far as when they dropping?
Right.
Word. Yeah, me personally, like I'm not a person. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't write every day because I make it to a point where like I'm doing something every day. But at the same time, when it comes to music, the way I'm set up, I have to live first. That's the only way I can do this storytelling shit. I gotta live. I gotta go through some shit. I gotta go through some struggle. Even when I'm going through my worst, I look at that shit like, damn, all right, so my world falling apart today, but this make for good music.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like nigga, I'm on my lowest of lows, but I got a song in here somewhere.
We gonna prevail.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got a song in here somewhere. So like even at my lowest, even whatever, it's like I gotta live first before I can really put this shit on pen to pad.
That's amazing. Hefe says that all the time, cause like
you gotta live, bro.
Me and Clean, like we'll be like, yo, Hefe, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I consume myself in music, but I don't like to force things. I don't like to force shit. I don't like to be out here, you know, just doing anything. I don't like putting anything out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like shit to be strategic. You know, even when I don't got a plan, I still got a plan. Like I just, you know, it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I tell everybody, man, living is working, man.
Yes.
Period.
You feel me?
Yes. Period. Indeed.
So, and it's crazy you say like, now it's like you don't write every day, but it's like you put that thought, like you had this spree on Instagram where you would just drop like little snippets of like freestyles and doodles that you would work on. And it would sometimes the time would be random. I remember one time you dropped one at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like just like, yo, I was working on this. I'm at the crib in the stew, whatever. Like, you know, this is what I'm working on. You know, so it's like, man.
Nah, that's just how I work, man. I'll be either whether it's like 2:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon. You know, I'm always in my voice memos. I got like over like 300 voice memos. So,
wow.
You know, at that time I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna post some of these joints, see how people feel. But these are also voice memos that turn into actual songs, and these are voice memos that you won't hear at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I just pick and choose from whatever. Like, I don't know. I pick and choose all my inspirations from different things. You never know what you're going to really get. But like I said, in order for me to be creative or in order for me to create, I got to live first.
So when you say it, I always remember one you posted because I hit you up. Soon as I heard it, I was like, he said, killing these niggas just wasn't in the plan. Now I'm buying headstones with my advance.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, whoa.
Yeah, it was another one of those moments where it's like, yo, every time I feel like niggas counting me out, I got to show you that I ain't want to be counted out.
That's experience.
You know what I mean?
That's an experience bar. Like, you can't just... Nigga, you know what I'm saying? No random.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I feel it's my fault because I'm very low key. I'm very reserved. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm reserved and low key for a reason because of my anxieties and shit like that. I don't really talk about that shit a lot. Right. But it's like, you know, my anxieties be on like 10, and sometimes in certain situations I avoid. Mm-hmm. And that's why this year I was like, yo, in order for me to really get where I'm trying to go and really do the things that I want to do, I got to be able to be on the other side of my anxiety. I got to be able to maneuver and get around my anxiety. Because sometimes I miss opportunities. Sometimes I don't want to do certain shows because I'm like, I know how my anxiety kick in. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I had that doubt again. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, nigga, but don't count me out, though.
Period. Never.
You know what I mean? You know, I might be reserved. I might be low-key, but I'll still get in nigga shit.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a rapper at the end of the day. Like, I'll still, you know.
Right. And it's crazy. You talk about that a lot. You'll be like, don't let the dad hat fool you. Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, you know, and sometimes I feel like
niggas
get me misconstrued and sidetracked because West 1996 Part 2 was kind of talking about my daughter and all this other shit. Niggas listen to Still Slumming and then get me fucked up like I ain't got bars.
Right. Mm-hmm. Period. Like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, I be trying to make songs. Okay. I don't give a fuck about giving niggas bars.
Right.
I be trying to make songs. Like, what is my longevity?
Right.
Dudes, this shit got replay value.
Right.
That's all I care about.
That's important.
But at the end of the day, it's like, if I got to give a nigga bars, I will. But at the same time, I also ain't got shit to prove.
Right. I feel it's crazy. You when you dropped the Untitled EP and with the couplet with the side A and side B, like I dropped side A. Like at a lot of times in events and stuff like that, and it because the BPM is so and I love music, I love hip hop, so I don't give a fuck. I'm at a level in my DJing where I spin what I want. Mm-hmm. I really don't care. So I'm like, but when I spin it, the fact that I'm confident in dropping a record like that in a setting where no one expects it, they're like, bro, this shit hard. This Lute,
damn, that's fire.
Bro, I ain't. Bro, damn, this nigga come, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's how much my rent be, plus my living fee, like, shit like that. Like, it's like, when you like, yo, I don't give a fuck, I'm coming at you, you gonna feel every punch, and this how we
my thing
run.
is, bro, like, I'm not a talk my shit type person.
Right.
But every now and then, it's like, all right, I gotta talk my shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just to let them know.
Yeah, just to let, like, at times I try to nudge, like, all right, like, y'all sleeping on me, but I'll talk my shit every now and then. I don't have to, but I will.
But you got to.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
But this year, it's like, all right, I'm talking my shit this year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I need to.
Oh, it's a must.
Yeah, like, this year, it's like, all right, I'm Goldmouth Luke this year.
Okay.
Last year, I was Uncle Luke. Now it's Goldmouth. Now I got to talk my shit. Uncle Luke, like, I tell you, you know what I'm saying, I try to school you every now and then, you know what I'm saying, give you what I know, but this year it's like, nah, fuck that shit, man. Like, I got to talk my shit because a lot of niggas sleeping on you, boy. But it's all good, though. I like it. I like it because that means niggas don't see me coming.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind being slept on. That means niggas don't see it coming, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
You don't want to expect it.
So let's talk about, like, feeling like you had... I was watching one of your interviews a couple of days ago, or as a matter of fact, your documentary, I'm sorry. And you were saying that you went through a writer's block. Tell me how you felt during that time, because this is during the time between part 1 and part 2.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, man, it just had me going back to the Jet Lounge moments. It had me going back like, is this what I'm set up for? Is this my lane? Is this, like, you know what I'm saying? Just really second guessing my purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But then I just started realizing, like, man, fuck it, bro. You just got to do it. Live your life, but at the same time, like, if this is what you really want, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I at some point, I just found a way to push myself. Because I remember sitting on the porch like, damn, like, I'm tired of my environment. I'm tired of things that's around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of my situation. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of, you know, I didn't have a car at the time. My Camaro got stolen. So I'm like, bro, I'm tired of not having a car. I'm tired of walking where I need to go. Tired of catching the number 7. It's like, my nigga, only way you're going to get yourself out of this situation is if you push yourself. You got to make some kind of sacrifice. My mom used to always tell me, like, bro, I ain't never heard a success story without a great sacrifice. You got to make some kind of sacrifice. You got to push yourself. And that's what I did. And that's how I got myself out of that writer's block, was just by pushing myself. Mm-hmm. And not relying on inspiration all the time, because that shit come and go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have that will in you.
Bev, my brother.
My man Paulie with the Bevs.
You already know.
Brother Mark, you want a Bev?
Cooler.
And this shit cold as hell.
Oh, yeah.
This shit cold as hell.
Hey, I ain't gonna...
Shout out to Paulie on the Bevs.
Shout out to Paulie.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I had dropped him
My
in
man
there.
Kerry in the building,
Kerry
man.
King,
What's going on?
Kerry King. He said, what's happening? Hey, Clay. Hey, mama named Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Kerry King, the legend, man. So, yeah, it's I feel like, okay, so we 19, okay, boom. Mm-hmm. Let's talk how I feel like your music, a lot of your music is you target audiences through things you go through. So like, for example, A Morning Shift, that's a song I listen to on the way to work. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? Like literally reenacting the situation that you gave. Like, yo, we're all creative. You know, most of us that have been doing creative things to this point, we all make money off it in some form or fashion, but not all of us completely support ourselves off that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to work, you know what I'm saying, and it's like literally listening to Morning Shift, it gets you in that mode of like, yo, this isn't permanent. You know what I'm saying? It's always a after this. You know, like it's always a next step.
Nah, it's crazy because like when I make music, when I create, I don't have like a target like, oh, I'm about to target these type of people. I'm about to target these kind of feelings. I just get whatever's off my chest and whatever I'm going through in hopes that somebody out here can relate. Mm-hmm. Whether it be within the city, whether it be, you know, worldwide, whatever. I make music in hopes that somebody can relate. And if they can't, then oh well, so be it. Maybe that song just wasn't for you. You know, so that's just how I work. It's just basically just, man, I just pour all my feelings, all my emotions, all my trials into my music in hopes that somebody can relate to this shit. Mm-hmm. You know, because we all go through, that's one thing we all got in common. Everybody struggles with something.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got some kind of, you know, trial or tribulation that they go through. That's one thing that we all got in common. So that's why I just try to, like, really just vent and get whatever's off my chest because I know somebody else out there is going through the same shit.
Right.
And if you're not, then cool. You know, it just wasn't for you.
Right. It just, that's not your whole
like
thing.
When people tell me like, yo, they don't fuck with this or they don't fuck with that, I don't pay no attention to it. It's like I appreciate you being honest. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like my song just wasn't for you. Mm-hmm. You know, that's cool. I appreciate you being honest. I
Right.
fuck with you.
I'd rather people be honest
Yeah,
than
exactly.
no
Like,
one-
bro, I'm still
Yeah.
cool with niggas
If
who don't
everybody
fuck with
kept
my
it
shit.
honest,
Yeah.
man, the world would be a better place.
I swear,
Bro,
bro.
you can't cater to
I noticed
everybody.
that, especially in our city, like in Charlotte, especially being a DJ and like you artists, you know, creators, like people get upset when you don't like their music, and like a lot of people.
You can't cater to everybody, bro. Everybody not gonna go through the same shit you go through. Everybody not gonna have the same feelings you have or same opinions that you have about certain shit. So you just gotta make sure that when you creating music, that you creating what you want to create and how you feel, in hopes that somebody out there can relate. Whether it be 5 niggas, 10 niggas, 500 niggas, you know, a whole state of niggas, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just do this shit because you want to do it.
Right.
Do this shit because that's how you feel.
And I a lot of people, I want a lot of people to be able to separate the difference. If you know somebody personally, and appreciate that personal relationship,
Yeah.
like be able to separate
For
the
real.
two. You know, like be able, like if he's
There's a lot of fake shit out here.
bro, it's a lot
So
of
if you
fake
got a
shit.
genuine friend, if you got a real nigga, stand
Boom.
by your nigga, stand by your genuine friend, cause
Yeah.
bruh, that shit hard to come by.
Period. And it's like that's why I be telling people like, yo, just because I don't like your music doesn't mean I don't still fuck with you genuinely as a person. Like you still,
bruh.
like you know.
And
what
at
I'm
the same
saying?
time,
So,
as far as like Charlotte goes, like to me, I feel like we not gonna like everybody. Everybody ain't gonna like each other, but I say this shit all the time, bro, to everybody. As long as we have that mutual respect for one another, bro,
Most
we can
certainly.
fucking thrive. Like,
Take
bro,
over the
everybody,
world.
bro, we ain't got to hold hands, saying kumbaya. We ain't got to
Yeah.
hug each other and shit. But nigga, as long as everybody got that mutual respect for one another and know that this nigga over here working, that nigga over there, like, cause, bruh, I'm gonna keep it real. We don't need each other.
period.
Cause niggas is doing things on their own without one another.
That's a fact.
But at the same time, the closer we are and you know, the more mutual respect we have and the more genuine shit is, the more things that we can do.
Right.
We don't need each other. But at the same time, we need each other.
Most certainly.
You know what I mean?
And
it's
I
like
feel
put that
like-
pride aside, put that whatever. Y'all niggas talking to the same girl. Man, who gives a fuck, bro? She talking to everybody. But whatever the case may be, bro, it's small.
Right.
It's so small. You know what I'm saying? Like, put that shit aside so we can thrive, so we can really put this shit and all be in the light that we wish to be. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can do that shit without each other, but at the same time, if we do that shit with each other, it's so much better.
How you feel about the music scene in Charlotte right now?
Nigga, what? Nigga, what? You see what's going on? Like, nigga, it's
Going crazy.
But
We
this
on
is how my thing is. I used to always say, like, yo, they say we needed a sound. Mm-hmm. We just say we need to be heard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no fucking sound. Like the fact that we can all talk about the same situation and it not be the same genre is fucking amazing to me. We don't all need to sound the same. We just need to be heard. Now look at it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is going off over here. Niggas going off over there. Niggas going off back here. It's like, yo, like, we got it. Now it's just like we just need to come together with it. Make it more cultured. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If niggas see that we all come together, they gon' when the thing is, when niggas come together, outside niggas be like, yo, what the fuck going on over here? I'm trying to be a part of that. You see all these niggas, what all them niggas doing over there, and we not included.
Hey, and that's why Atlanta is
Exactly.
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 even-
This is my whole point. It's like, yo, you think all them niggas over there fuck with each other like
Even
that?
if
Absolutely
they don't
not.
fuck
And
with
even
each
if they
other,
don't,
they
you
make
don't
it
know.
look good.
The
You'll
outside
never know.
niggas wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, as long as you got that mutual respect and understand, like, bro, we just trying to get to the bag. Mm-hmm. You trying to feed your people. I'm trying to feed my people. They trying to feed their people. We all got the same mentality.
Right.
Now we just got to bring it together.
Yep.
And at the same time, you're not gonna like everybody, bro. You ain't gotta like everybody. Ain't nobody telling you to like everybody. You ain't gotta hold a nigga hand and no shit like that, bro. But just as long as you understand, like, yo, this nigga over here working, that nigga over there working, he got a family to feed. My nigga,
Mutual respect.
Yeah, it's
love.
inevitable.
Yeah. It's like, yo, we
common sense.
We in the same environment. Like, why make shit harder for ourselves?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. And like I say, bro, like
we all fighting the same battle.
because my thing is like, yo, niggas will be like, oh, this nigga trying to get my fans, or this nigga trying. It's like, bro, we don't need each other, clearly, because we all doing our own thing
Existing
on our own
separately.
time, right?
Yep.
It's just, bro, if we came together, it would help out a lot.
It will help the
not
infrastructure.
only for us, but for the people that's trying to come up as well.
Right.
Because you got to think, like, I don't think a lot of niggas think about that. It's like, yo, we might be a generation, but this niggas coming up under us that look up to us as well.
Yep.
So we also got to make sure that we are shedding light on the people that's coming up as well. And at the same time, shedding light on the niggas that was before us.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's all a community culture thing. Like, we all just got to show love to one another.
For sure.
For this shit to really, really, really thrive like we want it to be. Because
yeah.
we all know we got the talent.
Oh yeah.
It's just all about creating that culture, all about coming together and having that mutual respect for one another.
And that's the thing, though. You're right. It's like the talent is the least of our worries.
Yeah, bro. That's just like with music, bro. When you're in the music business, bro, music is like 30% of that shit.
Yep.
Just like with this shit, like the talent is like 30% of that shit, bro. Like we got a lot of shit we got to work on.
A lot of shit to
A lot of shit
tighten
we
up.
gotta work. A lot of shit we gotta work on. A lot of shit we gotta talk about. But at the same time, it's like I'm tired of talking about it.
Facts.
We in the era, we in the time now where we just gotta do it. We got the light on us. We got people watching us. We got people looking at us. We just gotta goddamn do it.
We got the biggest event of the year next week.
The year.
Yep.
The biggest event of the year.
What you gonna do?
Coming to our city.
What you gonna do with this?
What you gonna do with it?
You gonna put up a show?
That's the thing.
You know
It's like,
what
what
I'm
you gonna do with it?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know, when you get an opportunity, what you gonna do with it? Like, before every show, it's funny, my manager always tell me, like, yo, you ready? It's like, nigga, I'm always ready, even when I ain't ready.
period.
We gonna find out.
we
gonna find out or
we
not.
gonna make some
I'm
shape.
about to take the opportunity. I'm about to go up here on the stage.
Right.
If I'm ready or not, we about to find out.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Better get there. I feel it's like
It's all about just throwing yourself out there, bro. Like,
Yep.
bro, you just gotta do it,
you
man.
really appreciate where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like and
Some days, bro, some days it's like, nigga, hey, maybe that night I wasn't ready, but I went out there still.
still did it.
You know what I mean? I still went out there. I ain't gonna let shit hold me back. That's another reason why I was like, I gotta get out of my anxiety, because sometimes I miss opportunities. But you don't want to be that person that's missing opportunities.
How do you feel like with openly, like you said, you working on your anxiety, things like that, like how does that play into being around like y'all just came off a epic like lock-in that was just the marketing for that was stellar.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
me
Marketing was
oh
crazy. We
my-
was talking about that.
me and Hefe was talking so much about
Like
how
the personal
like
invites,
the
everything.
personal
Golden ticket.
invites, the golden
Yeah, you got
ticket,
the
like
golden ticket.
telling that, like, yo, make sure you post when you get your ticket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
got the
saying?
golden ticket, man.
And then in such a musically sound place like Atlanta,
It's one of the biggest. That was probably one of the craziest things.
Oh,
not
man.
even just a year, but just music in general. Just to have all those creatives and all that shit together. But for me personally, it was just cool and dope to see different artists' work ethic and processes in writing and recording.
okay,
Some niggas would have a pen and pad out. Some niggas would. Some niggas was just going in and just, doing maybe like 4 bars. Every 4 bars, niggas punching in, punching out. But it's still off the top type
Right.
shit. Just watching niggas' different creative sides and aspects was like really dope.
who were you most impressed with during the lock-in?
Man, I can't even just name one, bro, because everybody was just working
Okay,
and just really, really going in and showcasing what they got and what they can bring to the table.
yeah, I'm
I
loving.
can't even just say
like,
I can't even just say one person, bro. You just because it was like you walk in a room, bro, and you had this vibe going on. It might be like some neo soul kind of vibe. These
Okay.
niggas might be taking you to church over here. These niggas might be over here getting niggas bars. These niggas might be over here like, bro. You just never knew what you were gonna walk into.
Right.
And it could be from a nigga that you wouldn't even expect to be on this kind of shit. So it's just like, bro, everybody was just in their element, but out of their element at the same time.
Okay.
It was just crazy to see how music works.
Some of those names I saw, like the Maxo Creams, the Key, Kenny Beats, Reese was there, Buddy wasn't.
There was a lot of people that you wouldn't normally expect.
I didn't even think.
But even for artists, I feel like, yo, it's a lot of, I'm in a room with somebody that I probably wouldn't be in a room with
Right.
if it wasn't
Exactly.
for this
Mixing it
situation.
up a little
Right.
bit.
Which is also fire, because it's like, bro, this shit brung a lot of creatives together to do some creative shit.
Right. How long was it, like day wise?
Day wise?
Like it was it like 2 weeks or something? Like
Oh yeah, it was like 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. maybe
That's
2 weeks.
fire. Yeah, that's the perfect amount of time. And
But as far as like duration of the day, that shit was all day.
wow, just locked
Yeah,
in.
we
Like
would
yo,
probably
we
get
working.
there like maybe 2, 3 o'clock, and then we would leave at like 2, 3 o'clock.
Facts.
Yeah, so it was just, you just go in there. But that was another thing that I had to maneuver.
Okay.
Like I say, with my anxiety, it's like my anxiety don't have me like, all right, bro, go out there, do your thing. Nah, that shit had me retract, reserve. Like I'm in the corner writing my shit. So it allowed me to, like, some days it allowed me to open up, and then some days I was still battling with the shit. Like, all right, I gotta be more open to certain shit. But that shit made me really get out of my element as far as like writing and shit that I normally wouldn't get on that I got on.
Right.
That was fire.
Wow.
Yeah, so it kind of like changed my opinion on certain things. Kind of opened up a lot of shit for me.
Wow.
So I like, as far as like that shit went, it was like, yo, that shit really opened my eye to a lot of things.
Would you say it exercised your artistry?
No, it definitely did. That's exactly what it was. It was just like an exercise for me, bro.
Did it challenge you?
Challenged me a lot.
Okay.
Whole time I was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you can speak on what artists did you get a chance to work with on certain songs? You don't have to go into detail on the songs or whatever, but just, certain artists that you personally got to be like, okay, we're in the booth together, we're alternating, we're vibing, we're coming up with hooks and, structures and just, building like people throughout the duration of the lock-in. Who did you
it was
connect
mad.
with?
It was mad niggas that I wanted to connect with. It was mad niggas that I did connect with, but me and this nigga King Mez finally locked in on some shit that was like
That's
a long
amazing.
time
That's
coming.
long awaited.
So that was like, we got this
long
joint.
awaited.
Yeah, we got
Wow.
this joint, and it was just like, yo, it was just a long time coming. You know what I mean? So that was some shit that I was kind of like, yo, and then the song came out like super fire, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite joints that I did up there.
Wow. Shout out to King Mez. Shout
shout
out
out
to
to
Raleigh.
Shout out to Raleigh.
To the
man.
R. You know what I'm saying? All my niggas in the R. Going to college really exposed me to Raleigh. When I went to UNCG, like
Same.
just, you know what I'm saying? Just UNCG.
Same. When West
A&T.
1996 came out, Mez invited me out to do a show. It was like my first show ever.
Wow.
Performing, like as far as Lute goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just solo.
Yeah,
loop.
just like a solo joint.
Okay.
And it was up in Raleigh. And that was like one of the littest shows I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that was a while ago, bro.
It's so crazy because I was like, shout out to King Phil. King Phil used to work with Mez back in Raleigh, and he went to school with us. So he would, we would be tapped into kind of what he was doing just via them. And but after college, you kind of just, everybody goes their ways, and you still keep in touch. But I haven't really been seeing that much from Mez. But I know he been working, just off the strength of his aesthetic and what he's presented to us in the past,
No doubt.
For sure.
No doubt.
For sure. So what do you? So post West 9 6 Part 1, when you come into West 9 6 Part 2, I remember a time really when when you first finished it, because I came over to the dojo. And I got there, and I was so excited, bro. I was just, ready. I'm like, okay, bet. Yo, the project done? He was like, yeah. But don't give it to nobody. And you can play it, around the homies, but, don't play it for nobody else.
That first version.
Right, you had to go to the dojo for the first version.
You had to come pick up the first version. It wasn't no nah, we ain't emailing it. Nah, you can come pick it up and we can have a conversation.
That's the version that's still in my laptop to this day.
Yeah,
if I want to listen to the regular version, I just go stream it on the Apple Music.
Yeah,
man. That first version, I ain't gonna lie. It was some joints on there that I was just like, yo, that's I really poured my shit out into those songs, bro.
Struggle is one of the best songs you have ever made, my brother.
Man.
I listen to Struggle a lot personally. A lot. I like to listen to that song after 1 a.m. And I say that because I think a lot when I drive.
Right.
So if I'm on the way back from somewhere, I'll throw a Struggle on and I'll listen to a Crabs in a Barrel. You know what I'm saying? Don't start with that you done changed shit, because I ain't been popping enough to even change shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit like that, it puts you in a mindset yo, don't get it confused, bro. I'm still Lute, nigga, from Trinity Park.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Even with that line, it's man, I have people that'll hit my line, And you know, sometimes like even y'all know, like sometimes, man, like my communication is ass. It's trash. Like niggas will call, bro, my managers will tell you, people close to me will tell you, like, yo, you call my phone. Sometimes you get me, sometimes you don't. But at the same time, it's like, bro, it ain't, because people are taking it like, oh, this nigga Lute don't fuck with me. Da da da. It's like, nah, bro, you don't understand. Sometimes my phone will be locked in the car. Sometimes that shit be across the room. Facts. Sometimes I ain't in my phone at all. You know what I mean? Like it's just like my mind. I'm doing a lot of shit. I'm with my daughter. Right. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And then at the same time, it's mad niggas hitting me up. So some like I got this thing where it's like, bruh, if niggas is texting me and I do one flick, whatever else after that, bruh, I don't see that shit. I feel you know what I mean? So it's like because I keep scrolling. Right. It's like, damn. And then my thing is, if you reply to 18 niggas, you gonna get 18 responses back. Again. So it's like, bro, I ain't got the time, bro. So it's like, bro, I don't be meaning no harm, but niggas be like, oh, you changed, you this, you that, you. It's like, bro, you know, my communication always trash. Period. It's always been so, like, niggas will look at, like, my situation, and when one thing shifts, they think I changed or I'm acting different, I'm acting brand new. It's like, how? When? Where?
What's brand new?
Yeah, what's like, bro? Like, niggas know you can just pull up to my crib and you know I'm going to be at the crib. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, I just hate that narrative that like, oh, you got this deal or you in this situation and you acting this kind of way. And it's like, where? How? Only person that's acting weird is you.
Right. I'm doing my job.
Right. I'm doing what I've been doing since you met me.
Right.
I am who I am since you met me. Only person that's acting weird is you since this situation. Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's like, I don't be meaning no harm if I don't answer reply text or phone up. It's like, bro, this how I always been.
It's life.
I think Future said it best, man. Like people never take the time to feel like, well, damn, they might be doing this or they might be going through some shit.
Exactly. It's like niggas don't take the time like, yo, maybe this nigga phone in the car, which it is. Or maybe I don't, it be times I don't even know where the fuck my phone is. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like, I just hate the narrative sometimes when people be like, oh, you acting brand new because of this and this and that. It's like, bro, fuck the situation. I'm the same nigga I've been since you know me.
Since forever.
And if anything, the situation ain't, you know what I'm saying? The situation ain't changed shit. Right. Still the same nigga. Mm-hmm. I give a fuck about the situation. I mean, I'm very thankful and honored for the situation, but it's like, bro, like, don't think that shit is a factor of how I act. Right. You know what I mean? I just hate that shit. Yeah, I hate like when people be like, oh, this and this and that because of this and that, and it's like, nah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I feel like it takes a creative just to understand. True. Yeah, like, and I just know me personally. Sometimes I just don't want to answer the phone.
And then sometimes there also be people that don't have kids. And it's like, yo, if you ain't got kids, bro, you don't understand. You'll never understand. You don't understand how shit works.
And I'll admit to you, bro, I'm getting better with that. Cause
nigga, if you ain't got kids, right, or if you got kids, so like, you understand. If you got kids, you ain't never on time to shit.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't on your time no more. You on that person. You on the little nigga time.
Right. Right. And a lot of my homies
like,
now,
nigga, like, your plans are gone.
A couple of my other homies got kids, and now it's like, that's a part of you got to incorporate that. You got to be mindful.
But when you got kids, it's like, nigga, what plans?
Right.
what plans, nigga? What you talking about?
You get something in after you finish, you know what I'm saying, dealing with them, you know, but.
And even then, I try my hardest. Like, I bring my daughter to the studio, I bring my daughter to different places, but like, even then, it's like, bruh, sometimes it's like, yo, I ain't gonna be able to make it, bruh. Period. I got baby girl. I ain't shit I can do. Mm-hmm. Cause they got their own mind of their own what they want to do and where they want to be.
Oh, daddy, let's do this.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be there, and it's like, right. And when they don't want to be somewhere, they'll show you they don't want to be somewhere. Right. They'll make it known that they don't want to be there. So it's like, damn, I don't even want to put you through that. Right. I don't even want to put myself through that.
Facts.
So I'm just gonna stick at the crib. Yeah, like, you want to play with your baby dolls? Cool. We gonna stay here and play.
I'm gonna paint.
Right.
You know, interact with you. We can paint together. You know, something like that.
It's like, you know, yeah.
Just going back to West 96 Part 2, the first version and the second version. I ain't gonna lie. When I listened to the version that you actually released in 2017, I was kind of mad that you re-recorded some of the songs. Lie.
Some of those songs, I was kind of mad at too because it was, because at the end, Birds and the Bees, right? That was transitions. It was 2 songs in one. Mm-hmm. Right. But the nigga wouldn't give me the beat. So it was only one song, but I needed that, like, for that song to make sense, you needed the second half.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit, the last song, Birds and Bees, sounded so random on the project.
Right.
But that was because it didn't have that second half.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of times.
And that hurt me because, like, that was one of my favorite songs on the project because of that. Because I was just pretty much just talking to my daughter, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to make it, you know, as perfect as I can for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, you know, just make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? Things that I didn't understand before, I'm going to try to understand now so that I can help you, you know, guide you through life.
I feel like you touched on that a lot in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like, just showing you, like, yo, I didn't miss a lot, but whatever I did miss or whatever I didn't do perfect the first time, it ain't going to happen again. We doing it right from now on.
Because, bro,
like,
pre-music, pre-West 1996, like, high school, before then, like, bro, my life was crazy. Like, the person I am today, I wasn't the person I was then. Like, I've changed. I've kind of molded myself into this person today because how a lot of shit played out. Mm-hmm. When I dropped out of school, I realized, like, damn, I can't act like this no more. All my niggas done graduated. They off in college doing shit that I wanted to do. Right. And here I am at the crib. Here I am trying to figure out how I'm going to make the next dollar. Mm-hmm. So, I was a man at 17.
Right.
That shit changed me quick.
Just stemming out that, what made you make that decision to leave school?
I got kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
I got kicked out, and then in order for me to like really, well, I got expelled, and so when I got expelled, I was gonna be missing half of the year.
Wow.
So I would have to repeat that grade again.
Right. Yeah, just off bucks. Like.
Yeah, on a grade that I was already repeating. So I just, you know, my mom was just like, fuck it. Like, we got, and then she wasn't trying to drive to Cabarrus County every morning to take me to school. So she was just like, fuck it. Like, you got to do something. Like, you got to drop out. And so I dropped out, made a decision. But it was my aunt that made me go back to school. Because at first I was just going to drop out and be like, fuck it. And then she had a conversation with me. And when we had the conversation, I enrolled into CPCC. Okay. And, man, that class wasn't teaching me shit. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like, man, what am I doing here? Like, am I here for myself or am I here because this is what my people keep putting me or pressuring me to do because they want to see me succeed, but they think that this is the best for me at the time, at the moment. And at the time, I felt like it wasn't the best for me. So I remember just walking out of class and just being like, fuck it, bro. Like, I remember my aunt always telling me, she was like, yo, I support whatever you trying to do if you go back, if you don't, but just understand that your life gonna be harder than the people around you. And I remember that day going to the bus, to the transit and sitting on the bus. Just had my head in my hands, and was like, yo, I guess my life gonna be harder than my friends then, bro, because I can't do this shit right now. Mm-hmm. This ain't for me right now. Right. So I gotta figure it out. And that was the whole thing, was just trying to figure it out. Like, what's next for me? Mm-hmm. Where am I headed? Where am I going? You know what I mean?
Wow,
so let's talk about that time of like you got all these cosigns, like shit went bonkers with part one, you know what I'm saying? But you like shit ain't really cracked how you wanted it to, you know what I'm saying? You might have still been working your job or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So now you this guy who had all of this buzz, you know what I'm saying? And I know you said a line in your documentary. You said, I felt like I grew, but I didn't progress. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about faith. Like, how strong was your faith, and how strong did that have to be to just get through before you got the deal? You know what I'm saying?
My mom, shout out to my mom. My mom used to always say, God don't bring you this far to drop you off. Ooh. So that shit always played in my head. Like, I did this, I did that. And it's like, but I made it so far, but I didn't come so far for no reason. It's got to be a reason. Like, it's got to be something that's coming out of this. It's got to be something that's going to come out of this. And it's like, I just kept working. I kept working at it. And I was working at the airport at the time. So I used to always see, like, the skyline where I was working. So I used to always look at the skyline and always be, like, writing in my truck, like, damn, like, yo, I'm just trying to make it to the point where it's like, yo, like, my name is, like, written across this shit. You know what I mean? Like, my name is just attached to this.
Right.
So I just kept moving forward. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, cause I'm not one to sugarcoat shit. Like, bro, it was days I was discouraged as fuck. It was days where I'm like, yo, I don't even know if this for me. It's days where it's like, nigga, I don't even know if I can do this. But at the same time, it's like, God ain't bring me this far to drop me off. I always played that shit back in my head. So it's like, no matter how low or where I was in my life, I always played that back to keep me moving forward.
And I asked you that question more so for myself, just because I know, like, a lot of the times, everybody on the outside might think shit look good or this or that might be happening, and it's like, damn, like, I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I ask you that more so for myself, my
Nah,
brother.
man,
I
you just
appreciate
gotta,
that.
like, exactly, like, bro, God don't bring you that far to drop you off, bro. Like, you here for a reason. You doing what you doing for a reason. You got a purpose. You just got to keep your feet moving. Like they tell you in football, bro, stay afloat. You got to keep your feet moving. So you don't get tackled and shit. Like, just keep your feet moving. Forward progression.
I feel like each of us as black men, our upbringing, you know, down to location, parent situation, just eras, you know, different circumstances help mold us. I feel like you're from one of the most historic neighborhoods in our city. We have a whole list in Charlotte of neighborhoods that can never be torn down. You know what I'm saying? Due to historic measures. Let the people know, for the people who aren't familiar, what neighborhood are you from in Charlotte?
I'm from University Park. University Gardens apartments down there. I mean, you know, niggas call it the Hole, whatever they call it. But sure. I'm from down there Southwest Boulevard behind West Charlotte.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just, man, I'm still over there.
Right.
Like, low-key. Like, you know, I'm right down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't too far. Like, I'm just a stone throw away from that shit.
Right.
So, because my grandma's still down there. My mama's still, you know, in the area. So, it's like, bro, Beatties Ford is all I know, bro.
For sure. For sure. That's
all I know.
And it's so crazy. I love how it's so prevalent in your music at all times. You never let people forget. Like,
that's where I'm from. Like,
I'm from the West Side.
It just, wherever you from, you have that pride in yourself. Like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't give a fuck what's going down. Like, nigga, this is where I'm from. Like, and that's why, like, when I see the gentrification and I see everything that's going around, it's kind of like disheartening for the simple fact that we need to show people where we from.
Right.
We need to show that we, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have a fucking no silver forks and spoons like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to show, like, we went through some shit.
Right.
Because how are we going to be able to get to some shit if we can't show where we came from?
Right.
And so to not have that, and then you see all this, like, glitz and glamour and shit, it's like, my nigga, that's not inspiring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't come from this.
Yeah. Like, let me show you
Yeah,
where
like, let me show you
from.
where we really came from.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't come from this glitz and glamour and this no-dust shit. Like,
Right, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
It's dope.
You know what I mean? It's some shit to do.
It's progressive.
But that ain't where we came from.
Yeah, but that ain't the origin.
That's one
not
thing
the,
I love about you and Elevator. Like, y'all store that Charlotte history in y'all music,
this
whether
where we
it somewhere
from.
still exists or not. You know what
You know what I'm saying? There's niggas that can go back and show you, like, oh, nigga, we came from the gutter. And to remove that from, like, nah, we can't have that removed.
Oh, yeah.
You can't.
It's history.
Yeah.
It's literally a part of history.
Like,
you
the
know?
kids will never know. Like,
Yeah, like,
you feel
and
me?
that was my
This
thing. It's like,
Fairview
yo, you
Homes,
can
so that
never,
used to be
like, the
double
way
Oaks.
shit moving as far as gentrification goes, we can't show our kids, like, yo, this is where you came from.
Right.
Like, prime example, my grandmother and my mother and them are from that Brooklyn neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah. Gone.
That's crazy.
Completely. My mom used to talk, and it's crazy that it came up and it's now coming up. My mom used to always tell me about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you being kids, like, you don't really pay attention to that shit when you're kids because you don't really want to hear that shit.
Right.
But she will always show us where their house once stood. And to this day, I can show you where the house once stood, and it's now part of 485.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Or what's that? 277?
Yeah,
So it's like,
they
yo,
run together. Yeah.
So it's like, bro, like, it's neighborhoods that's completely other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what are you gonna show them? A fucking highway?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or a office building?
Right. It's
You
like,
didn't come from that.
Right. Like, growing up, luckily, like, where my grandparents still live over there in Hidden Valley. That's where Hefe
Shout out
grandparents
to the
too.
Valley.
Shout out to
Yeah,
the
shout
Valley.
out to the Valley.
Like,
And then my father and them from Greertown.
okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
My grandma, she's from right over there, Fairview
you
Homes.
got
You know what I'm
Wesley
saying?
Heights and all that shit. So it's like, yo,
Exactly.
those kind of things. Like, yo, if you're gonna come through and tighten things up, cool, tighten things up, but don't change the name. don't change the aesthetic of what those people are, how those people live over there.
Right.
If you want to come through, clean it up. Come clean it up.
Yeah,
but
keep
don't
it
push us out.
Right.
Don't change the name.
Right.
Don't take away that. Don't take away shit that made the community what it is.
Right.
People take away the corner stores. They take away certain things. It's like, yo, but this is what make this community what it is.
Right.
If you're gonna come clean it up, that's perfectly fine.
That's what the government's supposed to do.
Yeah, come clean it up.
Yeah.
But don't push us out.
Oh, never. Yeah, and
that's my whole point. That's my whole thing with the shit. Don't push us out. Don't change the name to some. Nah, don't change the name.
They try to give us money to relocate and all of that type of thing. Like.
But it's good to know that certain neighborhoods that they can't touch.
I was just about to mention, like, I'm thinking about Beatties Ford right now, like that heart of Beatties Ford, like it's
and
never.
See, the thing about Beatties Ford is,
you know what I'm saying?
Some of those people, I ain't gonna say some, maybe most, but. Reason why it's so hard for people to come and attack Beatties Ford is because people own those cribs.
Right.
And they either waiting for the niggas to die, pass away, some shit they waiting for somebody to slip up.
Yep.
So they can grab the land.
Yeah.
That's usually how it work anyway. So it's like, that's why it's so hard, because it's like they know niggas fight for that up there.
Yeah.
And niggas
and
own some of that shit. So it's like, it's harder. So it's going to take a lot more time.
It's crazy.
But they coming up.
Hey, people don't know.
They coming up that way though.
People
you know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? They already got that light rail coming up that way.
You're right.
The shit they doing behind Johnson C. Smith is fucking crazy. So,
high key though, a lot of people don't know, bro. A lot of Charlotte native black people own homes in Hyde Park. Hyde Park on Beatties Ford.
Hyde Park is a beautiful neighborhood.
Oh my, amazing.
I just passed Hyde Park the other day, going to get my niece and nephew.
I forgot they got a party going on.
I think the party started at 8 though. I think we good. We just got to be out by 8. Yeah, for sure.
Right now we live in Black Market too, man. Shout out to Wesley.
Shout out
Black
to
Market.
Wesley, man. Black Market, man. That whole environment, man. This is such a vibe in the studio. Thank you so much. You came in clutch, brother. But yeah, like I feel like this. It's like the energy of the city. What do you feel like the forecast is now at this point for you?
I just feel like everybody understand. I feel like right now everybody understand. Not what's at stake, but everybody understand what's going on. Everybody understand that they potentially have a voice or have some kind of whatever is within them to do some shit and actually progress with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it's all about us just really coming together and creating a culture and having that mutual respect for one another so that we can really, really thrive with this shit. Because like I said, we always knew we had the talent. Mm-hmm. Now it's all about us coming together because we see what it can do. We see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? When we do.
And it's so amazing because Wesley, he's been promoting a lot. He's been like, yo, anybody in Charlotte, especially creatives that we cross paths a lot, y'all got something going on during All-Star, send it over. Yeah. I'm going to send over what I got going on. Let's intertwine it and keep everything circulating. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like next week, we got the joint with Fat Boy Tires. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Banks and Elevator. We going to be out there. I'm going to be spinning out there. And that taps in heavy because, like, you love going to events like that. Like car shows, auctions, things like that. What age did you fall in love with cars and tell the people some of your favorite cars other than things that you've owned already?
Man, I fell in love with cars between my brother, my dad, my aunt, and my mom. Okay, it's crazy because I fell in love with cars when I was like at least 5, maybe 6. I started out building them shits as models. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I was collecting Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars.
Ooh, me too. I collect
my mother had a 69 Torino. My father had a 67 Firebird. My uncle had a Cougar. Ooh. I want to say it was like 74 Cougar. Okay. And like that's all I grew up on. Grew up on cars. I myself had an 89 Camaro. I got a Ford Galaxy right now, 500. Ooh. 1970.
Elevator told me that car's been in your family too.
It was my mom's car, and when I got signed, I bought it back, and it's been my car. Yeah, so I grew up with the car. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's been like a family heirloom.
It's crazy. My grandfather, he had a Lincoln Continental. like right when I was, it's right before I was born. He sold
Yeah,
it.
that's that joint with them suicide doors.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Yeah.
I
Can't go
need
wrong.
one.
He sold.
Black
He
it out.
saved up. So he said he saved his whole life for that car. Like you know what I'm saying, black, 67. Oh my God, just suicide. You know what I'm saying?
My
And-
favorite car all time, man, is a 73 Firebird Formula or 78 Trans Am.
Okay,
Yeah,
you don't
that's
really,
like-
you don't really like 90 and up.
No. I'm like my cutoff is 79.
79, okay.
I'm from 1960 to 79. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my range area.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all don't even know. We about to get that car club started.
Oh, you
soon.
already know.
Me and
You
Wap
already
got to
know.
get
We
our
gotta get
old
the
school.
patches.
We gotta get on.
We gotta get the jacket.
We gotta get everything
Yeah.
together.
Nah. We about to get this shit
Oh
popping.
yeah, that's really, and that's why I feel like me, you, Hefe, Banks, shout out to Elevator. We gonna really, we the ones to do it.
Yeah.
You know, we're
of
gonna
course.
be those ones to start that car club. That's gonna, you know, community events.
That's the thing. It's like the bridge the community, bridge the gap between the community.
Wow.
Come out, you know what I'm saying? Have some fun. Like just have some kind of events. Like just do some shit for the city.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know
sure.
that's not involving music and other shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like just some other shit that you can come out, enjoy, and just like vibe out and just come together.
Yeah, just exercise our hobbies. Really,
Exactly.
that's wow. That's an amazing thing. It's so amazing. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you already know.
Getting our coins together for these old schools. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it's 7:43.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this
We
up.
gonna
man.
wrap this
My
one
brother,
up, man.
what-
Nah, man, I appreciate y'all for real though.
I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming through, man.
You already know. You already
You know
know.
what I'm saying? It's always love,
Y'all
man.
know it's
and,
love.
and I appreciate your transparency, bro. I really
Hey, man.
appreciate that. Like you
At the
just
same, like I always say, bro, I don't sugarcoat nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't call me Uncle Luke for no reason. Like
period.
you want to know, I'll tell you.
period.
You know what I'm saying?
Last but not least, what's next for you?
Like I said, I'm working on 3 projects.
Okay.
Got a lot of shit going on. Just put my best foot forward, but I definitely got a lot of music coming out this year. Got some projects coming out this year, and just making moves, bro.
One thing I wanna executive produce a project with you and Elevator.
Bruh.
Just to
Ain't no
collab
thing.
though. Just to you know
Going
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
You and Elevator chemistry crazy.
Oh my God, bro.
that ain't no
me,
thing.
me and Elevator was in the studio like what during the snowstorm.
Oh, word.
Oh, he was like,
I was
yo,
trying to come through,
Yeah,
but I couldn't
yeah,
get my
that
car.
day, yeah.
I couldn't get my whip out, bro. Like
that's what he just said. He was like,
that
yo,
shit
Luke
got
trying
stuck.
to get his whoop out, but goddamn,
Bro, I was
yeah.
out there shoveling the fuck out of that
For real?
snow trying to get
Nah,
my.
that snow is real.
Bro.
Because at the same time, I'm like, bruh, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be in this. Like, if I'm gonna be stuck anywhere, I'm trying to be stuck in the stew,
Yeah,
right?
it was-
I was bored as
I
fuck at the
was
crib,
with
so I was out there shoveling my shit, but nah, that shit was no dice, bro. I couldn't get that shit
Facts.
out.
Facts. We gonna get back in
Yeah,
there.
nah, we
though,
gonna
for
get in
sure.
there.
Yeah,
man.
for sure, man. Luke, man, we appreciate you
Nah,
coming
man, I
through,
appreciate
brother.
y'all, bro.
Thank you for coming, man.
This
brother.
was a good one, Paulie.
Oh, this was love.
This was
you know what I'm
great.
saying? This was love.
Hey,
this
whatever
was
I can
genuine,
do, man.
You know what I'm saying? This the Free Breakfast Podcast, man. Food
Signing
for
outta
thought.
here, man.
You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all sold it up, man. Make sure y'all tap in
Yes, sir.
for your benefit, man.